Hey Rebels, welcome back to the channel. Alright, so quick question y'all. How many of you feel like you need a vacation from your life? Like you just hit the grind so hard, you're counting down the days until your next break? Well, buckle up, because what if I told you that the dream life you're working towards doesn't require a vacation? Yup, you heard that right. You could build a life where you don't have to escape from the 9-to-5 chaos. What if that daily grind could actually be the dream? Stick with me because I'm about to flip your whole perspective on living a life that feels like a break. Trust me, after watching this, you'll start wondering why you're still waiting for your next vacation. So, let's break it down. Okay, let's get real for a second. Building a life you don't need to vacation from isn't about avoiding stress. It's not about living in some fairy tale bubble. It's about creating a balance that leaves you energized every single day. We're talking about designing your life so that you wake up feeling excited to jump into it. I mean, who wouldn't want that? So why do so many of us feel like we need to escape? Simple. We work in ways that drain us. And that's where the problem lies. We're stuck in cycles of stress, deadlines, and monotony. That's the life that requires an escape. But if we shift how we think about work, purpose, play, and rest, then boom, vacation vibes all year round. Here's the kicker. There are people out there who wake up excited about their day-to-day life. They're not chasing vacations, they're chasing the next adventure in their everyday. I mean, you don't need a lavish vacation to feel recharged. You just need to find a life that fills you up from the inside out. When you start shifting how you live, you stop needing to escape. You stop wishing you could take a break. You find the joy in right now. Let me hit you with a question. What if your passion didn't have to be your job? I know. You're probably thinking, wait, isn't the whole point to turn your passion into your work? But hear me out. Sometimes the pressure of making your passion your paycheck is too much. Instead of crushing your passion, it becomes a source of stress. So, what if your passion could just be the thing you do for fun? The thing that fuels you without the weight of needing it to pay the bills? When we talk about creating a life you don't need to escape from, it starts with passion. But here's the twist. It's not about your job being your passion. It's about finding something that lights you up so much that it fuels you to power through your workday so you can keep your energy high without burning out. Take Dion, for example. They worked a 9-to-5 job they didn't love, but they had a side hustle that made them excited. Every day after work, they worked on that side hustle, and that kept them energized. No vacation needed. Eventually, their passion project took off, but they didn't need it to define them. Your passion doesn't have to be your paycheck, but you need something that keeps you energized every day. When you're passionate, your life feels like an adventure, and that's when you stop needing a vacation. Okay, let's talk about stress. Because let's be real, stress is the #1 reason we want to escape our lives. But here's the truth. Stress isn't the enemy. Stress is like that annoying cousin who shows up at Thanksgiving, but can actually bring something good to the table. I know, stress sounds like a bad word, but here's the thing. Stress can be productive. When managed right, stress can help you grow, learn, and even fuel your energy. So, instead of thinking of stress as a reason to escape, let's think of it as the signal that you're alive and pushing boundaries. For instance, you've probably heard of mindfulness, the whole stop, breathe, think thing. But what if that's the key to not feeling burnt out? What if you could take the stresses of your day and flip them on their head? Managing your stress the right way can make your life feel like a constant flow of growth, not exhaustion. Here's a big one. Play and rest. How many of you think that rest is some luxury you can't afford? Yeah, we've all fallen into that trap. The whole "I'm too busy to rest" mindset. But guess what? Rest and play aren't just nice to haves, they're must-haves. Look, I know some of you are hardcore hustlers grinding away, but you're forgetting something. No one, not even the most successful person in the world, is working 24/7. That's a myth. Play and rest are the real secret sauce to a life you won't want to escape from. Play isn't the opposite of work. It's the thing that recharges your creative batteries. Without play and rest, You're just running on empty, hoping for a break. So if you want a life that feels like a vacation, play, rest. It's non-negotiable. Rest and play aren't distractions from your productivity. They're the fuel that keeps your engine running. You need both. All right, let's talk about boundaries. Probably one of the most underrated aspects of creating a life that feels like a break. I know it sounds kind of boring, right? But hear me out. Boundaries aren't just for keeping people out. They're for protecting your energy, mental health, and even your time. If you don't set boundaries, your life will constantly feel like it's being pulled in every direction. And that's a fast track to burnout. Boundaries in relationships, work, and even with yourself are vital for maintaining your peace. Saying no to things that drain you isn't selfish. It's necessary. It's about creating space for what truly matters so you don't end up living a life where you're always escaping from something. Setting boundaries lets you take control of your time and energy, which is the key to building a life that feels fulfilling instead of exhausting. Next up, minimalism, but not in the way you're thinking. I'm not talking about throwing away all your stuff and living like a monk in a tiny house. But what if I told you that decluttering your environment could actually make you feel like you've gone on vacation? Here's the deal. Physical clutter can weigh you down mentally. If you're constantly surrounded by mess, your mind is subconsciously trying to process all that chaos, leaving you feeling stressed and overwhelmed. Ever notice how after cleaning up your space, you just feel better? That's not a coincidence. Minimalism doesn't mean getting rid of everything. It means being intentional about what you allow into your life and creating a space that's aligned with your energy. It's the little things, like decluttering your digital life, your workspace, or even your calendar, that make a huge difference. When you simplify your environment, you simplify your life. And when your life is simpler, it feels more peaceful, like a permanent vacation. Now let's talk about something that'll keep you constantly energized: growth. And not just the kind of growth where you're ticking off tasks, but growth that feeds your soul and gives you purpose. When you're learning and growing, you feel alive, like every day is an exciting challenge rather than something you just want to escape from. Whether it's picking up a new skill, reading a book, or diving into a passion project, growth is the secret to keeping that spark alive. When you embrace a mindset of constant growth, you stop feeling stuck. You feel like you're moving forward, and that energy is contagious. The more you grow, the less you'll need an external escape, because the process of growth itself becomes your source of fulfillment. And the best part? Growth doesn't have to be big or overwhelming. It can be as simple as learning something new every week, or challenging yourself in small, manageable ways. Keep growing and challenging yourself. When you're constantly improving, life feels more exciting. And you won't be chasing after breaks as often, because the journey itself will be worth it. All right, let's wrap it all up. Here's what we covered today. Passion. Find something you love that keeps you energized. But remember, it doesn't have to be your job. Stress management. Flip the script on stress and turn it into something that fuels your growth. Play and rest. Don't feel guilty about rest. It's essential to recharging your batteries. Boundaries. Protect your energy and time by setting healthy boundaries in all areas of your life. Minimalism. Simplify your surroundings to reduce mental clutter and create more space for peace. Growth. Keep learning and improving to make your journey feel exciting rather than draining. So here's your challenge for the week. Pick one thing from today's video and start implementing it right away. Maybe it's setting that boundary at work, or it's taking 30 minutes to declutter your space. Whatever it is, start now. Don't wait for the perfect time to change your life. Start today. Comment below with what you're going to work on first. And if you want more videos on how to live a life that feels this good, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with someone who needs a little vacation from their own stress. Until next time, take care of yourself. And remember, a vacation isn't the answer. It's building a life you don't need to escape from.